Hello friends, and in today's video, I would like to share with you another lesson, 10 tips to help you overcome depression. Actually, I am reading a book and I see this lesson is very useful for us, especially for friends, right, who who are suffering the problems in this life and you are depressed, right? So if you apply these 10 tips, I think they could help you overcome depression and you can find back the happiness in this life. So that's why I make this video, and hopefully you see it useful and like it. Okay, let's start learning with me. 10 tips to help you overcome depression. Depression is an extremely common emotional disorder. However, not everyone knows clearly about this disease, and many people even have a distorted view of people who suffer from this disease. That's why many people with depression feel lonelier and more alienated from society. To overcome depression effectively, patients should refer to the following useful tips to better integrate into the community. And number one, take time to rest and improve your sleep. People with depression are often easily depressed, tired, physically weak, and fall into a state of sleep disorders and constant insomnia. According to statistics, more than 80% of cases of depression suffer from insomnia, poor sleep, nightmares, and waking up many times during the night. If this condition continues for a long time, it will gradually cause the body to become exhausted and the symptoms of depression will increase. Depressed person need to ensure enough sleep for 7 to 8 hours a day. It is best to focus on sleeping at night and sleep before 11 p.m. To get the scientific and healthy sleep, it is best to practice the habit of sleeping and waking up at the same time of day, even if it is a day off. In addition, when you feel tired, stressed, or sad, you should stop work and rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. Just closing your eyes for a moment, relaxing with soothing music, reading a few pages of a book with positive content is enough to help you regain good energy and minimize the symptoms that depression causes. And number two, pay attention to nutrition. As you know, daily diet. Daily diet is also an important factor that can help you quickly overcome the evil disease of depression. If you can build a healthy and nutritious menu, it will greatly support both physical and mental health. To limit the harmful effects of depression, patients should also balance their daily diet. Patients need to make sure they eat enough meals and pay attention to choosing nutritious foods that are safe and beneficial for brain health. It's best to prioritize adding lots of green vegetables and nutrient-rich foods. In addition, it is also necessary to increase foods containing omega-3 content to effectively promote mood. And number three is practice of sports. Many scientific studies have proven that people who regularly exercise have a low risk of depression. And if you maintain this habit well, it will help you easily overcome this dangerous disease. You just need to exercise for about 15 to 30 minutes a day. Will help your body stay flexible, increase resistance, and prevent dangerous diseases both physically and mentally. And number four, learn to love yourself more. Some traumatic issues such as unemployment, sudden death of a loved one, separation from a lover, or family separation can be the cause of depression in many people. If you are in this situation, the best way to help you overcome depression is to learn to love yourself and appreciate what you have. Try to maintain a positive state, be kind to yourself, and indulge your emotions. Neglecting yourself and letting your body become uncalm will make you feel even more disgusted with your current life and make the condition even more severe. Remember this. And number 5, write a diary. Writing a diary is also one of the greatest ways to help people with depression quickly overcome the difficult psychological times. If you can't express your feelings, it's worse. The best way is to write them down on the page. Remember this. Some scientific studies have shown that writing down our feelings, thoughts, and desires on papers will help relieve our mood effectively. And number 6, find new hobbies. If you feel too bored, try finding a new activity or hobby for yourself. This is one of the very effective measures and can help people with depression quickly overcome this disease. Creating a goal, passion, or simply trying new experiences will help you become more excited and love life. And number 7, share and confide in relatives. People with depression often tend to isolate themselves and avoid contact with people around them, including relatives. However, if this condition continues for a long time and there is no measure to improve it, it will affect the person's health and relationships. The person will gradually withdraw into himself, isolate himself from the outside world, and his spirits will be more seriously affected. And number 8, eliminate toxic relationships. Maintaining toxic relationship is also one of the reasons that can cause you to suffer from depression or make the condition more serious. Therefore, to be able to overcome depression and quickly integrate well into the community, the best way is to end and limit unhealthy relationships. Frequent contact with people who make you uncomfortable and angry also makes your mood gradually decline, making you always feel stressed and tired. Therefore, you need to quickly eliminate these toxic relationships, or if you cannot completely stop them, you can limit meeting and communicating with them. And number 9, stop complaining. Frequent complaining is one of the negative habits that makes you worse. You should understand that every time you complain, your life becomes more desperate and deadlocked, especially for people with depression. If you keep thinking about negative things, it will make the condition even more serious. Therefore, the person and those around themselves should only talk about happy and positive things. And number 10, get expert help. Talking to a psychologist is one of the solutions to help depressed persons easily overcome difficult psychological times. If you have applied most of the above methods, but your depression still cannot be relieved, it is best to consider seeing a psychologist for specific support. Yeah. And for me, I have finished to share to you the 10 tips to help you overcome depression. So now to the next part, I need to explain the meanings of several words for you. The first word I choose is disorder. For normal meaning of this word disorder, it is an untidy state or lack of order or organization. But in here, we need to understand the meaning of the word disorders. That it is a situation or illness that causes problems to you in a way a part of your bodies or brain works. Yeah, you can understand like that. And distorted view. Yeah, in here we understand for the perception, right, has been changed and it does not reflect the truth or the correctness. Yeah. So let's see how we use the word disorders and the phrase, right? Distorted view. Depression is an extremely common emotional disorder. However, not everyone knows clearly about this disease, and many people even have a distorted view of people who suffer from this disease, right? So here we understand, right? For depression is an extremely common emotional disorder. Yeah, this describe about your emotion. It is not normal anymore. If you are depressed, right? You get the depressions. However, not everyone knows clearly about the disease, and many people even have a distorted view of people who suffer from this disease. And for this, right, describe about the bad side of other people. Think about depressed people, yeah, and they do not clearly understand why for depressed people have these behaviors, right? And they think that just because these people are normal, right, and weird. Sometimes we call they are crazy, right? But actually, they are not. Just they are depressed, but we do not know about that. And for the next word, I want to explain the meaning for you. The word insomnia. Insomnia is describe about the state of being unable to sleep. Yeah, and you cannot sleep for a long time due to several problems happen to your life, right? Yeah. So let's see how we use the word insomnia. People with depression are often easily depressed, tired, physically weak, and fall into a state of sleep disorders and constant insomnia. Right in here, we describe about the bad side of depression. Right, people with depression are often easily depressed, tired, physically weak, and fall into a state of sleep disorders. Right, fall into a state of sleep disorders that you cannot have normal sleep. Usually, you cannot sleep well constantly for us 7 or 8 hours, right? Usually, you just can sleep for around 1 hour or 2 hours, and then you wake up, right? Or you even though you cannot have a good sleep just around 1 hour or 2 hours, and you cannot sleep when you close your eyes, right? And you just think about the bad memories in the past, right? And that affects your sleep. Okay. And for the next words, I want to explain the meaning for you. The word desperate and deadlock. Desperate describe about the state that you have a little bit of hope, or you are hopeless of success as you try to do, but cannot be successful because for anything else has failed, right? Which can support you to succeed. And deadlock describe a state of complete failures. Yeah, and you cannot do anything. Yes, if you uh, have an argument with other people, right? If you are deadlocked, it means that you are complete failures and you cannot find out any solution, right? To handle an argument. Okay, and let's see how we use the word desperate and deadlock. Frequent complaining is one of the negative habits that makes you worse. You should understand that every time you complain, your life becomes more desperate and deadlocked, right? So in here, such as us should not complain about this life, right? When you talk badly, right? It means when you complain, you are not satisfied with this life, right? And you just criticize other people or criticize this life. That's why you have this feeling as you unsatisfied, right? Or you are upset. And in here, recommend you that should complain like that. If you do that, you just make your life worse. Yeah. And your life becomes more desperate and deadlocked. And for the final word, I want to explain the meaning for you, the word psychologist. Firstly, you need to understand the meaning of the word psychology, right? Psychology, it is a scientific study about our mind, right? To understand how it influences our behaviors. So psychologist, it is a scientist or an expert, right? Who studies or is trained about psychologists. Yeah. Okay, and hopefully as you like this video, and especially as you appreciate 10 tips to help you can overcome depression, right? And you also apply in your life. And now if you see yourself, right, you are being depressed, you always feel unhappy in this life and do not know about your goals. And hopefully after applying these tips, you can find back your happiness. And especially one thing, it is very important that you can identify your goals in this life, and you keep doing, right, keep learning, keep working until you reach your goals. Okay, bye bye, and see you in next videos.